think we could perhaps pay a little bit more attention to. Yeah, our quest for inventions that leads us in some odd places. The most important thing about this is just the third image along, which is bees. As you know, there's a global crisis. The honeybees die. We're not doing very much about it. But by looking at the way bees invent and reinvent their environments or where they might live, or even some of their cousin swarmings, we can begin to have a different sense of the sorts of environment we might create for ourselves, where they might be, how we might not necessarily use up all of the landmass. Those kinds of notions they sort of come and go. But do we really make any use of them? I only have really questions. All my work's about questions. This particular one is about spirit. It's called an Ikenga, and it's from the Igbo people in Nigeria. And the idea behind it is that it embodies the soul of groups of people and their attitudes, and these things get passed on. But this is also the Ikenga. It's a 1960s sports car. It comes out at about the same time as the what's it called now? Oh, as the Jaguar. It's ridiculously advanced, and it was designed by someone who did photography and graphics. I think there's a way of looking at how we collaborate that could produce really interesting notions. This is an anthurium. It's an interesting plant simply for its form, but it's the structure. It's the natural structure which allows a stamen for a completely different purpose to grow out of the plant in that way, and for the base of it to catch a whole range of things. It can transform, of course, into a hat for someone like Grace Jones. But somehow there's a little bit more to this notion of the physical becoming graphic, in the same way a graphic designer designs a car with a blank canvas, without set views, with some different understanding. This is a bag. It's a bag for the homeless. What happens is, you get to a place, and you can turn it into your home temporarily, which means you can get benefits. And that's a real big issue for lots of people, especially in this crisis. But similarly, it becomes an environment, and it's very simple and very light. And it's not very concerned with itself, it's just what it is. It isn't an iconic device, it's simply a device that enables. So then the next thing is, what do you do if you want to make a difference? Well, these are one of 200 people in a football team in Gambia, and they're making bricks. The reason they made the bricks is because they were given footballs, so that they could have a championship. And they put together all these bricks, baked them in the sun, to make a small school. But what's important about that is, for us, it's about self-help. And if you can make forms or structures that people can then plan out, fit out, you get a different sort of attitude to design. It's not simply about us, the designers, dictating. It's about a different kind of collaboration that's real and genuine. And I think that's really important. But as part of my inspiration, it's people like these. They call themselves students. I think they're just young designers. And they're from all over the world. And they seek care. And they come here to help you, to facilitate this event. And they inspire me. They're really lovely. But as Grace Jones says, one of the most important things that you can do is to use your faults and use your defects. Then you'll be a star. Thank you, stars.
That's a really fantastic presentation. I think each one of those slides has spurred another 20 slides. So you're Professor at